So, we last left off with Sewer Group A going down by the markings, Sewer Group B, which is just Akaash, uh, checking out or going down into the nearest manhole to the tavern, and above ground group, which was just, I think you named your character Siind,
I think that's what it was.
going to a shop, which I'm going to start there. Because, hey, look, on the way to a shop, he sees a. What even are you? Right. You see a horned figure in very flashy clothing with a crowd
no.
around her.
Oh no.
Uh, Sarah, give Slide a hand roll, and Zed, give perception.
What was the chat command thingy to roll a d20?
Just go to the character sheet and click on the skill.
Okay. One. So just click.
Yeah, just click on. Oh, that was the wrong one.
Oh,
The one
Whoops.
below that one.
One more.
my bad. I swear I thought I clicked it. There we go.
Okay. So, then, Zed, what you see is a flashy dressed horned figure making bets and playing a simple game of cards with a group that is just kind of, they're having fun, but they're very annoyed that they keep losing.
Sense motive.
That's
No, I'm fucking. I'll approach and watch a few more hands of the game.
alright. Give another perception check. No, you just see these very unfortunate people are not working well with their money.
What are
But-
the size of bets that they're making?
It depends on the person that walks up. A couple of people throw up a couple of silver. One guy thinks he's gonna win big and throws in like 3 gold. There is a house, in quotation marks, pot pooling that is able to be won, but nobody's even coming close.
Hmm. I'm interested. I'll approach to make a bet.
Alright. So the way we'll do this then.
Open up her IRL fucking 3-card Monty.
No, what I'm gonna do is, Sarah, send me a number 1 through 3, and
Okay.
Zet roll d3.
Okie dokie.
And also, how much are you waging?
Just what's half a gold? 50 silver.
5 silver.
5 silver. I'll wager 5 silver.
Okay. And if you want to try to do anything to work in your favor, you can go ahead and try.
I'm not a con artist, but I do want to watch the movements
Okay, so you're just gonna give another.
to make sure I'm not getting gypped.
Okay, so make a roll and give a perception, and then Sarah, do another sleight of hand.
You said a D3, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm just not good at this.
Apparently not. Sarah, do you want to change any cards around? Then.
Yes.
Okay, he doesn't see as he picks the wrong card.
Slightly annoyed, I choose to make one more bet.
Alright, then same thing. Sarah sent another number, both of you do the rolls, and then Zet roll d3.
Same sleight of hand thing.
Well, I mean, technically, so, Zet give the, perception.
Yeah, I was clicking through. A fucking...
Well,
You're letting your rage blind you.
this is what I'm originally going with. So,
And then, I guess, sleight of hand.
okie dokie. Really?
Hmm.
It's going well.
Really? Of course.
Well, I mean, if you have a +4, it's going to be hard to lose to a 5.
That's with us, right?
I'm on
Yeah,
no.
he's the one who's betting against... Oh, no, yeah.
You guys
Like,
are all in the
our
sewer.
group
He never
is
went
here.
with you.
Oh, okay.
We've crossed paths, but we've never formally sat down for anything.
So, again, you picked the wrong card.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one rides the bus. Fairly disgruntled, I take a step back to observe more plays.
Alright.
Considering making one more bet.
Alright, then, again, as a couple of games go by, Sarah give a sleight of hand. Zet perception.
One of these days I'll hit it. Dicks!
As far as you can tell, there is no underhanded tactics going on.
We'll be here a while.
What the... Hold on. I choose to watch. God damn it. Okay.
The house pot has grown from, it was maybe like 6 silver and, or not 6 silver, 6 gold and 40 silver to now it's sitting about 13 gold and 80 silver.
Has anybody won in the time that I've been here?
Not a soul.
I'll make one more bet. Same amount.
Okay, so Sarah, send me a number. Zet, give a perception, then roll a d3.
Gosh.
Sarah, if you want to change any cards,
Yep.
sleight of hand.
Give me a sec. Oh, come on. Oh, what are the chances?
Finally!
So,
Ugh.
as you're watching her hands very closely, one of her nails happens to like catch on the makeshift table that's being used, and the cards that she's moving around, a second one falls away from it.
Excuse me, but what is that card?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I go to pick up the card. The card that just fell out of your table underneath of your play space?
It is the winning card.
I do believe this card would have allowed me to win. The one that you have so now hidden. Do you have anything to say to this?
Sand in the face!
Pocket sand!
I wish I could. You are mistaken.
At this point, some of the crowd have noticed what was being pointed out, and they start to get a bit rowdy as well.
I do believe you have cheated me and my fellow compatriots around me.
What was that word?
I was trying to act all fucking. Shut up.
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Zed's character is a bit more high class than Zed is.
I feel like a bit is an understatement.
If that is what you want to believe, then I can't stop you. But I still think you're mistaken.
I so do not believe I am mistaken here.
At this point, somebody knocks the table over, and a bunch of cards start falling out.
Well, shoot.
I just stand there and give that slit eye look, like, you little bitch.
At this point, while the crowd is now getting more and more riled up about the fact that a lot of them have just lost a lot of money to this, eventually a guard comes over and kind of tries to get the crowd to disperse and walks up to Aisha. What's this I hear about you cheating?
It was just a game, I promise.
There's a difference between a game and thieving through gambling.
A rigged game.
A rigged game.
At this point, actually, nobody's paid attention to it, but when the guy knocked over the table with all the cards, the money went on the ground, and nobody's noticed that happen. They're all more focused on the cards. So, eventually the guard does look down and looks at this and goes, "That's a lot of money for a game."
That may be. But,
Thievery and playing a game is two different things. This is no game.
it's all in good fun, I can
It is
assure you.
no fun for the rest of us.
So the guard will grab Aisha, but when he does, somebody comes up from the guard and goes, hang on. We can give the money back to everybody, and I won't interfere with you as long as she does the job for me." And he looks at Siind, who's standing there and acting high and mighty. "And if you want to supervise her, you're more than welcome to. I'll pay you both."
I'll accept this man's proposition.
I guess as long as I get paid in the end, it's whatever.
Alright. And the guard kind of nods and then now has to deal with trying to return the money to everybody else, and he's debating just walking away with it. Just throwing it into the guard's fund rather than trying to figure out who exactly bet what. So as he goes off to deal with that.
I pick up my silver.
Now, I had some really expensive chemicals taken from me, and they ended up down in watch them seem to walk on their own down into the sewer. If you guys can get that back for me, I'll pay you 50 gold apiece. Sound fair?
I nod my head in acceptance.
Shoot, yeah.
Alright. He gives you a description of what the case the chemicals were in looked like, and directs you to enter the sewer. We'll put your character up here. Is that? And I'll find a character for Sarah to use. So now that that group is, we'll use that one. So we'll go over to Akaash, who's by himself.
Are there any rats?
There are tiny rats running about, but nothing really interacting with you. They're all just kind of skittering along.
Are they running in a direction?
From where you are, they're heading towards the left. Also, it's really,
No.
just to clarify, it's really difficult on this map because of the sizing, but the 5 of you are actually in that hallway on the far right. It just can't get everything that small, unfortunately.
So this is a really fucking big sewer.
Yeah, it's the sewer for the city.
Alright, well, I will head in the direction of the rat.
Okay. You're just gonna follow the rat then? All the way through? Or...
Until something happens.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure, like, you're not gonna take another path, you're just gonna follow the rat. Because the rat's gonna run through the other group as long as they stay there.
This is
It's
where
more
we
like-
need.
I was just gonna say, if the rat is going in a definitive direction other than just like scurrying about wherever, I will follow the rat.
It kind of like spearheads. Like, it's not even going. When it gets to like a turn, it's not even like smelling or anything. It's just going.
You can hear the Sonic X theme playing in the background. Gotta go fast.
Alright, so if you're gonna follow the rat, other sewer group, the collective 5 of you.
Alright, so here's where I found these runes, guys. Do any of you know what they mean?
What kind of check would that be?
Knowledge Arcana or the read magic spell, I believe, if you have it.
Well.
Anyone else in that group going to attempt or can attempt?
I ain't got nothing.
Okay. In that case, to Linda, the markings seem arcane. She doesn't know them, but they seem to be arcane.
Hmm. Yep, these are definitely runes, alright.
Nope.
Yeah, you kind of get the same thing. Like, you're not sure, you haven't seen them yourself, but they seem to be arcane. Akasha's movement speed is 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are there still rats going past us?
Yeah, there's the occasional one or two just kind of like running by you. It notices you, but doesn't attack and just keeps going.
All in the same direction as before?
Yep.
Well, it sure seems pretty suspicious that they're all headed the same direction.
Yes, let's follow them.
Okay. Anybody in that group, if you want to give a perception check to listen or anything like that, go ahead.
Well, I can't beat a 29.
Oh, special ears.
I don't perceive anything.
Clearly, I am still trying to figure out what these arcane marks are, and I'm not paying attention.
Alright, well, Briddell definitely hears the sound of somebody running through, or moving through the sewer towards where you guys are.
Fuzzybear, let's get ready to attack.
Battle stations.
I will take the front.
Do we roll initiative?
I mean, you can if you want to, but by the time you would have to, you will notice that it is Akaash. Who has come
Oh,
up with
so
you guys.
definitely rolling initiative.
Well, okay then.
So as Akaash runs up, you will notice, you will see this group and a bear getting ready to fight.
Is there enough room to go by them?
You could probably like squeeze. You're not gonna easily get by them. If they're going to attack you, they're going to have the chance to, because it's about a 6-7 foot wide walkway. Or space, rather. It's maybe about a 5 foot wide walkway with 2 feet of water going through.
Well, I suppose I'll stop and say hi.
And who are you?
Just some guy that's following rats.
What
He
are you
was-
following
Guys,
these
we
rats?
met him up above, and he refused to come down here with us. It seems awfully suspicious that he's down here waiting.
I refuse to come down here alone with you.
You're
and
here
your-
alone. That seems mighty suspicious.
Alone is safer than being alone with your bear.
Right then, Fuzzybear.
Damn. Straight up attack.
Alright, well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that twice.
I mean, you guys know your ACs, and their initiative beat Akash's, so have at.
Rahima is just going to.
Why is Fuzzybear rolling for Akaash now?
Because Akaash is messing with the fact that he has access to my Fuzzybear.
Also, just going to point out, your bear doesn't have pounds, so he can't pull around after a charge.
Can I attack you at all after a charge?
You can move and attack, but you can't.
Because,
Full
like,
round.
right now, you're, like, 4 corridors away from us, so I'm not entirely sure where you are.
Honestly, neither am I.
Closer than that. Okay. Once I add that in, so I can keep track of that. You got up. So I'm gonna move the whole group into that hallway. That's kind of where you all are. You basically got into that hallway.
Okay,
So there's
So
a door
he-
behind me.
so he's right
Yeah,
in front of Fuzzybear.
Yeah, the door is behind you, or the archway rather.
So Fuzzybear doesn't need to charge. You ran right into Fuzzybear.
Okay. You still don't actually hit
Drat.
with anything.
Briddell gets to act before Akaash does.
You get a negative for shooting into melee. So no, you don't hit.
Alright, then Akaash.
5-foot step. Shot at the bear.
Then in that case, Siind and Aisha give perception checks.
Sarah.
Csera.
Maybe that's who was yelling in the background.
No, that was my mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was your mom yelling about?
My dad got home and was parked behind her, and apparently it was the biggest deal in the world.
Clearly.
Csera.
Sorry, someone was talking. They wouldn't leave.
Perception check.
Oh, yeah, give me a sec.
No, do it now.
Okay, fine.
Alright, yeah, you both. It's in the distance and a bit echoey, but you both do hear a gunshot go off. Yeah. Okay.
You heard that too, right?
Yeah, you want to go check that out?
Yep.
I'll be right behind you.
It probably would be advisable.
Alright, so you guys
I'll
start
be.
moving.
Fucking big ass sounds in sewers. That's usually not common.
Fuzzybear totally got shot, and it's Fuzzybear's turn.
Nope.
Now Briddell.
Is it 2 or 4 for shooting into melee without this?
I want to say it's 2.
Sorry, I'm looking up because that actually matters. It's -4.
Is it 4?
So no, you don't hit.
So it is. Alright. And Akaash.
5-foot step, pelt the bear.
So, is Akaash his back towards the door inside the corridor?
It was, now he's back into the bigger chamber attached to that hallway.
Ah, fair enough.
Getting the fuck out of there.
He walked in, was attacked by a bear, and just kind of went, nope, nope. And Most likely has shot it twice now.
This is not going to end well.
So, out of game, the bear attacked me. I am defending myself.
No.
Everybody is aware that the bear attacked first. If they were
Hard shot first.
watching. But
We all saw it. But we ain't getting into it. It's between you two, or three.
how much health does Fuzzybear have?
The real
At this
question,
point, 5.
Shot.
the real question is Chris going to kill Fuzzybear, or is he just going to be like, you going to call your bear off, or what?
Well, it's Fuzzybear's turn.
At this point, they failed to hit me, and I'm pelting this bear. If the bear backs off, I'm probably going to ease up.
Can I tackle him and shut the door or something?
There is no door.
Damn it.
Arcway. You don't really get doors in sewers.
Okay,
Water blockage.
I was kind of confused about the dog.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to get rid of those, so. You two, though, have made it to about here. This is the bear's turn, who has been doing
Yeah,
this.
Fuzzybear is going to retreat.
Alright. Then Briddell.
Alright, gun jerk. This is not going to end well. No penalty.
Yeah, that hits.
And Akaash.
So that's 9.
At this point, the sirens that you guys hear the gunshot again, louder now, as you've gotten way closer to it.
Clearly, we're going in the right direction.
Well, we're going to be in for a fun time for sure.
It's the bear, if the bear still wants to do anything. Also, if anyone else in that hallway wants to act during this,
I ain't going to get shot.
I'll be at the ready to stop them from killing each other, but other than that, I'll let this play out.
I think that might have already slightly happened depending on how much HP the druid has.
None, apparently.
Ouch.
No, I literally didn't set up my HP.
You get max HP for level 1.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever.
Then yeah, you killed me. Thank you.
hit 0 most likely. Which isn't actually even unconscious if it exactly hit 0. Yep, which it did. So yeah, it's exact 0. So you're not unconscious, you're severely injured. Yeah, that's why it's exact. So at this point, you two will at least get into the room and see the guy with the gun. Which Zet would recognize.
Hey, I know you.
So it's Briddell's turn, who is at 0 and can technically still act.
Keep in mind that at this point you are disabled, so you can move, but an attempt to attack will bring you below 0.
Heal check would only help if you were dying.
Mm,
Nope.
I guess I'm out of options then.
Then I would suggest surrendering.
To this jerk, probably not.
During this thing, you have a few more rats just like run by you guys and down. Was there anybody watching the rats rather than the fight that was happening?
Rahima thought about it and she saw one, but then she got too sucked into, oh fuck, they're gonna die. She's not very smart or wise.
Gunn said he was making sure they don't kill each other, so he would have been watching them. Jay?
Nah, I would say I was watching all this go down.
Okay.
For science.
Fair enough.
Why? What are the rats doing?
Still just passing by. Nothing changed from them. At least that you can notice, at least. But nobody was watching the rats, so as far as you're aware, they were doing the same thing.
So where Zet and I came in, do we see just the two people fighting, or do we see the rest of the party, or are they kind of like out of our line of sight?
You would see Akaash, who was firing the gun, and Briddell, who got shot, and then that's kind of it. The rest you might see like maybe like an arm or something from your angle, but other than that, nothing.
There's also a trail of blood from the bear.
Yes, there is blood kind of going down into the thing and moving up.
Have Zet and I been noticed yet?
Probably you weren't really sneaking. You're just kind of moving.
Okay.
Which I would say which I highly doubt it, but I don't know, unless Akaash's passive perception is 9, you'll be noticed. Basically, do you have a penalty to your perception, Akaash?
No.
Then, yeah, you would have been noticed walking in.
Okay.
So is it all done? Are you done trying to pick a fight?
Not even at all.
You know you're
Alright,
dying, right?
I'm gonna step ahead and just like step in between them. And just be like, alright, that's enough.
Tell her and not me.
I mean, you're the one who's mostly fine, and she's the one who's almost dead.
You're the one who said you were afraid of my bear.
She's the one that attacked me myself. I'm defending
You're here
myself.
ready to ambush us.
Right.
After refusing to come with us in a helpful manner. Why would you be down here?
Because the city's being overrun by rats? I
That's
can't
what we
find out
told
why.
you earlier.
At this point as well, Elle, you will notice Zet, who also declined to join you, is also now there.
Yeah, but he didn't
a-
insult my bear. I care less.
The personal issue more than it is not coming with.
There also is
It's
a
still
very,
awfully annoying that he's so contradictory, and in my mind, awfully suspicious.
He is also now accompanied, though, by a flashy dressed horned person.
I'm just gonna wave, kind of like in a very, very friendly manner, despite what I saw.
Who are you?
Your friendly neighborhood,
Con man.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I mean, if you want to put it like that,
She plays the good old 3-card sleight of hand trick.
I was doing good at it until you came along.
Clearly, you weren't that good at it.
I mean, yeah, if you got caught by him.
Yeah. I'm starting to
So
question
what are you
that.
doing down here now?
When I found out her trick, there was a man that approached us after the guard walked away that offered us a bounty for collecting some chemicals that had up and walked away into the sewers, according to him.
Chemicals. Hmm. Well, it sounds like we've all got a similar goal here. Why not team up, at least until we get to the bottom of what's going on?
Because someone seems insistent on killing me.
I mean, that is a fair point.
You were rude.
Would you be willing to apologize to the bear? Would you be willing to forgive him if he apologizes to the bear?
Can we heal the bear to full at this point?
Does anyone have any healing?
Fortunately, I think the only closest thing I got is stabilize.
I have some. How much HP is it missing, anyways?
13.
And she's missing 9.
These cure light wounds better be good rolls then, because I can only do like 4 in a day.
No one else needs to get hurt.
I will give up 2 of them.
Both on the bear.
First one would be on her, second one would be on the bear, so it looks like a 6 and a 3.
Right, yeah.
So, a little unfortunate.
That's alright. Thank you for trying.
Now, do any of you new people know anything about arcane runes?
Mildly.
Do you know what these runes mean over on this wall here?
I'm going to request that you stand between the bear and that crazy
I
lady.
got it.
I'm sorry, you still haven't apologized to Fuzzybear.
Roxis,
That is true.
would Knowledge Arcana solve this?
Yeah, that's the skill that you want to have.
I feel so useless.
Alright,
Same.
I'll step up. I'll step up. Say, I know about this. I should know about this. Or that works.
Yeah, that's the roll we need.
I'm gonna roll anyways, cause fuck you. Fuck.
Alright, well.
Good job.
I'm gonna go get food. I'll be right back. God damn it.
Alright, so you see Siind kind of like saunter up and be like, "Yep, those are some arcane runes you got there." And Akaash is more well versed and realizes that they're not real runes. That somebody tried to like draw something that looked like arcane runes.
I see. The old bait and switch, huh? Well, I guess we may as well just continue to follow these rats then, to see where they're headed.
But there is still an apology owed.
There is still an apology owed.
I will stand a good distance away with somebody in front of me. My gun out, but not pointed at the bear. And I apologize to the bear for being a dick. I'm
Now
sorry.
give him a hug and kiss him on his sweet little nose.
No.
You must give
No.
one belly scratch.
Let's not
He's-
push
You
it for
heard
now.
him!
How big is this bear again?
It's a small bear. He's tiny.
Oh
He's
my god.
adorable.
For a bear,
It's a baby
he's
bear.
tiny.
It's
He's
a
like
medium
the size of a bear
Bear
cub.
cubs?
Bears are so adorable.
The bear is still medium size.
He's
Is it? I
not,
thought it
Small
was small.
size.
he's not
Huh.
a full-grown bear, but it is still a bear.
But
One
it's
belly
closer
rub.
to a bear cub.
In size. One belly rub has been requested.
And must be performed.
Though from what I heard, I'm assuming while this is going on, anyone else not immediately trying to yell at Akaash to pet the bear probably notices Aisha walk over and like cuddle up to the bear and start petting it.
You are so precious.
Right?
See, how hard is that? One belly rub.
How could anyone be afraid of Fuzzybear?
She's
Honestly.
literally holding it. One belly rub.
Actually, the starting size for a bear is small.
I will pet the bear. If
One
the
belly
bear
rub.
growls at me,
Then you sit there and you take it like a man.
How can you be mad at this cute little thing?
I'm not mad. I'm rather indifferent. The fucker just tried to kill me. So I showed it who's boss.
I mean, to be fair, even when it was actively attacking you, it wasn't dealing any damage, so...
I did also say try. I will give the bear a belly rub.
During this whole thing, you have does Fuzzybear lay on the ground to do that? To allow that?
Not if he's in Sarah's arms.
I'm assuming she didn't pick it up. Just kind of like, oh, bear kind of thing.
I'm
But
back.
so, assuming she didn't pick it up, would he lay on the ground for that?
Lay on the ground and expose his tummy to someone who is just trying to kill him? I mean, that seems a bit out of character.
Well, you're trying to get him to give a belly rub.
Sure.
But this is the
Yes, he
sewer and he's
can lie
wounded.
on the ground.
Akaash, give a perception
In
check.
a sewer full of rats, a wounded animal is going to be laying on the ground.
Okay, so as
You guys had no problem with people walking in the sewer without making sounds. I assumed that there wasn't a whole lot of sewage in this sewer.
you're kind of on a walkway. The water is next to you guys. But more importantly for what's going on, as you kind of go to pet the bear, you see a rat just run on through the bear. Like,
Oh.
didn't
Through
stop.
the bear?
Just
Through the
That's-
hole in the bear?
no, just straight through the bear.
As if it's like a ghost or has no actual physical body.
Correct.
Hologram.
Ooh, got a mystery on our
Hmm.
hands.
Ghost rats. This problem just got 1,000% worse.
Do we see it continue going?
Yeah, it just keeps going.
That.
Nope. No, you don't get that. Hey, look, arcane spell failure actually matters.
It does.
Why are you... Okay. That's fine.
To answer the question, I'm a hybrid ranged caster, and I technically don't cast much past like second level because I make the spells into bullets,
Ah.
but I can still take off my armor and be a full-on caster.
Well, alright, let's,
Would Drew detect magic
Hmm.
work
I mean, detect
if
magic
his
is
has failed?
Detect magic is
detection
detect magic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he goes to cast the spell and like his armor like snags on his like clothes or something, and just the what he would have to do
Okay.
to cast the spell just kind of like falters a bit and the spell fizzles out.
Since Jerkface has apologized to Fuzzybear, I will cast Detect Magic and Light.
You see the rat is glowing. It's very evidently magic, and you see it run to about here, and then poof.
Just the one rat is magic?
Give a perception check. And I guess because your question as well, anybody else trying to now watch this rat can do that. Alright. It's fairly simple because you're now all focusing on this rat. As you've noticed, you guys have seen a bunch of rats come by, but you only see one running by. And then it poofs out, and then you see another one come by.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, we know some of these rats are definitely real.
While detect magic is going, Briddell sees every rat that comes by is magic.
Well, I guess let's see where they're trying to lead us.
I'm gonna carry Fuzzybear.
I was going to try handle animal, but you can't do it untrained.
That is correct.
Right, so you get into this bigger chamber. There's a bit. You get like. It's gonna be weird considering trying to get a sewer was actually very difficult to do. So basically, what happens is the water kind of comes like this way, goes there, and then starts to go back up this way, and then like goes out this way and up, and then also this way and up. Also come from there. Kind of like pulls into the center here and keeps going up. There's a small little bridge that will not go like that. Yeah, whatever. It goes over that little bit so you can cross over the water.
Well, I'm gonna press forward.
I drew that on the wrong layer. Hey, look at that. I'm good at this.
Proud of you.
Oh, I disappeared.
Hang
They
on.
got me! Run away! Run away!
I now have to find you in the other. God damn it. Let's
There I am.
put you
I
back up.
fell through the floor.
Ta-da!
We shifted through the wall. Something's awfully suspicious here, guys.
Trying to like not select gunned again.
Here, I'll move myself over here.
That will work. Just gonna move everybody that's over there so I can. Apparently not select. Okay, what I think it threw gunned, or when I threw gunned under there, I think it threw the rest of that map under there.
Yay,
For
bear!
select drawings, so good enough. Yeah, everyone's
Okay,
over it.
sure.
Because it highlighted like everything, but when I went to redo it there, one of the lines I guess didn't get counted for some reason. I don't know. Don't draw your maps on the token layer.
I mean, we have a map, right?
Yeah, you guys have a map. It's marked. The two ladders that are in that hallway are marked, and where the
So then I'll know
door
that
was.
left and right go to the same place, but left is quicker. So I'm
Yep.
gonna go left.
Passing through here, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of more of a kind of just like an excess area. There's, let me go on the correct layer this time. It more pulls in here, but right about here, there's kind of a like funnel out kind of thing, where it empties out into the ocean or wherever it goes.
And are the rats going to the funnel, or are they going on to the next room?
You don't actually see any.
Hmm. Do I still see rats in the room behind me?
They're going to about the center and then poofing.
Hmm. So I'm gonna walk back in here. There are still rats here, right?
The rats you are watching, yes. It's just getting to about
And if
center.
I go
Poof.
right, they're going through the...
Well, they're getting like right about here and just gone.
Hmm. Hmm. Anyone have any ideas?
They're just vanishing through the wall.
No, they're dissipating into nothingness when they hit the center of the room.
Can I try shooting an arrow into the middle of the room? I don't want to walk into the disappearing area.
Well, Gun walked right through where it was. So you watched the
Oh,
window
okay.
walk right through and nothing happened to her.
Is there anyone able to cast a spell towards the middle? Could I, like, throw my light rock?
I mean, you can. Nothing's stopping you from throwing the light rock.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the light rock.
Alright, so you watch the rock just kind of sail through, glowing, and just kind of like skitter on the ground, still glowing.
Okay. So what are the odds that these rats are just an illusion to
Pretty
make us
damn high, I'd
follow
say.
a wrong path through the sewer?
Or there could be just an illusion created to, I don't know, be more than they are.
Well, there's definitely an illusion.
These are normal size rats, right? Not like dire rat size.
Yeah, no, they're normal rats.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try another detect magic. Hey, it succeeded. Is there anything else magical other than the glowing rat's poof?
Not that you can see in this area. Oh, well,
So-
the Rock of Light, but
Can it be assumed then that this is just a spell running out its duration? Could I knowledge arcana or spellcraft that?
yeah, I'll say you can do Knowledge Arcana.
If we can't figure out what this is, should we follow where the ghost rats come from?
Sounds like a good idea.
Uh, okay. From what you can figure out, it's not running out the duration, it seems, but the distance.
So we need to follow these rats back to the source then.
Sounds about right.
So let's follow some ghost rats.
Okay. Following the rats is actually pretty easy. They're not trying to hide in the slightest. They're coming from down this way.
Well, that's where we're gonna head then.
Sure.
So go ahead and give a perception check for trying to follow them from there, or...
Oh, if it's just follow, I'm gonna do survival instead.
Mm, um, I'm gonna go ahead and say your track or your survival doesn't work.
Hmm.
But what
Interesting.
about me?
Your 20 does see the rats come from, like, here. Like, they're coming through the wall and running out.
Hmm. Sounds like we may need to just go towards the center of the sewer.
Where did you guys come down into the sewer? Could you trace it
In
on
that
the...
hallway.
Oh, I'm sorry, which hallway are we in?
The one on the far right.
Yeah, you would have seen both of them enter from this hallway.
Right. I'm asking where the other three came in, if they can
Oh.
mark it on our map, so we know where, like, the rats that they followed were coming.
Well, the two of them didn't follow rats.
I think we were just following gunshots.
Oh, I thought Akaash was following rats.
Akaash was
He
following
probably
us,
was.
and he did mark the map for you guys, it seems.
Thanks.
I couldn't figure out how to ping it.
Yeah, you just
Did you
use
guys-
the select one and just hold.
Did you two see rats when you came in?
I don't know. Roxis, did we? I don't know if I can I do wait, no, is it too perception?
I would say actually you guys weren't really looking for rats because you didn't. Zet would have known there were rats,
Uh-huh.
but you guys weren't here looking for the rats. So rats in a sewer wouldn't even pay mind to you.
And I would have paid mine to rats and sewers. It's just kind of, they go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, rats in a sewer, it's whatever, and just
Okay,
move
just
along.
fuck off.
Especially considering you guys are like, huh, what do we do here? Bang. What was that?
Well, I wasn't aware that we were going to be tracking rats, so I didn't pay them any mind, unfortunately. So I did not notice if we passed by any.
Akaash, were you following them as well, or are you now looking somewhere else?
I'd have followed the group.
Give an intelligence check. Alright. So because of where you were trained, one of the things that you would have been drilled into really early for combat situations is underground passageways are the worst because they have a lot of hidden doorways and the like. And seeing the rat pass through the wall is reminding you of that.
Yeah. On a side note, I was actually going to do that. Just walk up and touch the wall.
Fair enough.
So yes, I will walk by and go touch the wall. Weapon out.
I guess give a perception check to find where the door would be. Yeah, a little bit of, like, you kind of like touch somewhere, you didn't get the right spot, but it made the hollow tap that you would be looking for, and eventually you found the door and slides right open. So that would open up a room kinda like this. I'll say. Opens up for you guys. And looking around that room, you see a rat kind of like phasing into existence and then running out. And a second one running out to the left and down, kind of like this way. So kind of like it starts here, one runs out towards you guys, the other one runs out this wall. But in the room is, there are a couple of tables. One's cleared off, the other one has some, a bunch of different cases, and it kind of just looks like where a thief would just store everything. Kind of just like shit and throws it in there until he can find a way to get rid of it. Who is checking out the secret room other than Akaash and I guess Rahima?
I am.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang back a little, but still follow them.
I guess I'll go in too, just to see if there's anything I can take.
enough.
Another detect magic. Is it a spell that's on continual loop that's causing it, or something else?
Give a knowledge arcana to figure that out with detect magic. Otherwise, you just get the, yep, these are spells. From what you can figure out, it might be, but you're not too sure. Zet and Jay, are you guys checking out the secret room, or are you hanging back?
For the most part, I've been hanging out in like the middle area where they were fighting earlier, so I am not completely on the up and up as to what is happening.
Okay. And Zep?
Sorry, what was happening?
Are you checking out the secret room, or are you hanging back?
Oh, I'm hanging back.
Then anybody who is looking around the secret room, go ahead and give a perception check to look around.
Ooh.
Most of you don't really see anything too great. Like, it's a bunch of like random shit. A couple of you notice a coin bag sitting on one of the tables. Aisha notices the case that was described.
I'm gonna cautiously approach it, and when you say case, is it like a display case, or is it completely covered where I can't see anything inside it?
The only reason I'm not saying briefcase is it doesn't have a handle, basically.
You kind of cut out the last little bit.
Basically, the only reason I'm not saying briefcase is it doesn't have a handle. So it's just a full-blown case, has like a latch and all that.
Can I break it open?
You can probably just open it.
Yeah.
Or that too.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll do that then.
Yeah.
I'll open it.
All right. There's a couple of flasks. There's a folder in the top half of it. A weird-looking tool that you're not sure what it does.
Can I use craft alchemy to identify shit?
Sure. Go ahead. You can recognize a couple of the components, but that's about it. You don't recognize the tool either. And just everything in that case is just over Rahima's head. Just gone. It's like,
She's not very smart. She tried, but she's not very smart.
She's like, yo, that's a flask.
That holds stuff. No touchy.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Did you say in the same case that we're looking at, there are the flasks, and then you said some sort of file folder or something?
Yeah, it's kind of a folder full of stuff. I would say everyone, but actually, I say everyone. Who else was in it? Briddell and Rahima just kind of not focusing on the alchemy, just kind of look around and see Linda reaching for the coin bag.
Oh shit, fam.
To return it to its rightful owners, of course.
And that is who?
That's what we have to find out.
I'm mad my first thought wasn't to swipe that coin purse. Given who I am. I would like to take the file folder thingy and see if I can read it, open it, or see if there's anything there of importance.
Do you happen to speak?
Please. I'm really crossing my fingers. I want to put it to use. I have like 5 for goodness sake.
It would be written in Elven.
Yes! Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure enough then.
Sweet.
It's
What does it say?
A lot of big words for what you're aware of. It's a lot of just like everything is being used by the scientific name for it, basically, rather than the common name. But what you can gather from what the effects are supposed to be, it's something along the lines of allowing somebody to perform mirror image. The tool is not described in the folder at all, but the components and everything else is.
Oh, so is it heavily implied that the flasks in that case are said formulas or things?
Basically, the flask seems to most likely be a usage of mirror image, and the components that are also in the case would be used to make it.
So can I like take everything that's in here and put it in my pocket?
I mean, you can. As you start to take
your
things.
job to return the case to its owner?
Yeah, everybody is watching you take this shit out of the case.
Well, do I see a like a name or anything, or is it just like notes?
Just notes from what you can see. There's a name written on the outside of the folder, but it's kind of it's more like a company name rather than a person's name.
Okay, different question. Since, am I aware that the people in the room are watching me?
Yeah, like more specifically, Akaash is standing like right next to you.
Okay, different question. How big is the case?
It's the size of a briefcase.
It's a little bit bigger than that. It's, well, kind of like the size of like one of those really like I know the briefcase I'm thinking of in my head. It's probably about like a foot long, maybe like more like actually 2 feet long, foot wide, and like a foot deep.
Okay. Then if I were to just put all this stuff back into the case, would I be able to fit the entire case into my pocket?
What kind of absurdly spacious pockets do you have?
Actually, yeah, you actually can. So
yes, I can go do that.
Yeah, all you
I'll
just
just
watch
put
her
it
close
in.
this case and just whoop, disappears into her pocket.
Ta-da!
What the fuck kind of pockets are those? Also, I like how her and Zet were both tasked for this job, and Zet's like, I don't know, that's the suitcase, that's the briefcase we needed.
Zet's not even in that room. He doesn't.
I
He's
want to
not
get
aware.
paid.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm just not there.
Jay and Zed are just out in the hallway, just doing something.
Rahima is fucking amazed by these pockets. What kind of sorcery is that?
Oh, another question, Rox, is when I put this case in my pocket, does the pocket kind of bulge out like, yes, there's something in there, or is it just like normal, like nothing's in there?
It is just normal.
Sweet. This is great. So, I don't know if this is what I'm looking for my job, but I'm taking it anyway, just in case. Don't mind me.
Hmm. Well,
Is there anything
guess
else
to-
in here?
Alchemy wise, no, but there is like, I guess the easiest way would be like shiny things, like stuff that looks like brand new but isn't really valuable.
Can you like give me an example of something like that?
Like there's a set of silverware, um, some dishes, basically anything that would shine.
So like even a nice cup.
Yep, there's a nice cup, plates, silverware, a couple of shiny buttons.
I'm gonna take the cup and shove it in my pocket.
This seems like an odd collection. Do these look like they were pilfered from the houses that have been plagued by rats, you guys?
That's a fair assumption.
Linda and
But-
Akaash give intelligence checks. Linda doesn't remember, but Akaash does actually remember seeing the set of dishes in the old lady's house.
The answer is probably
Hmm.
at least some of it.
Then since someone's stuffing these in her pockets, these aren't illusions like the rats.
I would hope not.
Now, everything
No, this
so
is
far
all
being
definitely
touched is 100% real.
so far. Let's start touching things and find out if anything's not real.
Well, I mean, nobody's touched the rat, but it's very clearly not real. But it also has been touched, so. If you want to go around touching everything in the room, yes, everything else is real other than the rat.
Not gonna lie, the thought crossed my mind where I was gonna ask if I could just go up to a rat and kick it, but I decided against it. So aside from like the various shiny things, nothing else is in there?
No.
Hmm.
Oh. But did you also say that in this room there was another rat that went...
Yeah, was going somewhere else, yes. So we could follow that rat and see where it goes.
Then... Yeah, well, I'm for that. I want to follow the rat we have not followed yet.
Okay. So you can either find the other secret door for that room or just walk around. It really doesn't matter. Since you know it's there, it's not going to take that much of an effort to actually find the secret door.
Might as well open the secret door.
Do we have everyone with us here, or do we need to round
There's
up?
like most of you are behind.
On the map, most of you are behind, but only actually 2 of you are back in the
Yeah.
thing. Just nobody else is moving their person about, but that's fine because, like I said, unfortunately the map is kind of small, but So you can again follow this route. It kind of, I mean, looking at the map, it's doesn't really actually go very far. You follow it out, and it runs around the bigger room on the end there, and then just resets basically.
Well,
Hmm.
I guess our next lead is to take that case back to its owner.
But we don't know for sure who it belongs to.
We can take it to the company that is written on the top of the case, and they would probably be able to figure it out.
I,
What do you want with it anyway?
you never know what you can do with these items for a rainy day.
We could also just continue going through the sewer, trying to find whatever hidden or other hidden secrets there are.
Yeah, this honestly doesn't seem like enough to warrant such a large-scale enchantment. I mean, we've heard about these rat attacks all over the city, right?
There's something causing all the rats to come out, and it's gotten worse. So our best bet is the sewer. Let's just go forth and conquer.
Wait, real
Alright.
quick question. When we first ran into you guys, who was it that was killing rats? When we first took on this quest together?
Well, me and Linda got woke up.
I've killed a few.
Okay, so
Linda got
you
the
definitely
killing.
killed real rat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And were they the same as
Multiple
these imaginary rats? Or illusion
Well,
rats?
since we can't even touch these rats, it's harder to kill them.
From what I can recall, the rats that were killed were actually tangible. They went squish. They were
Yeah,
also
but we're
a little bit bigger.
Aren't we seeing here a collection of ordinary rats and dire rats?
We have not seen any dire rats down here so far on
Uh,
this voyage.
You saw dire rats the first night you were down here, but you haven't seen any
Okay.
today.
Interesting.
So through the sewer, shall we trek?
Yeah, it looks like out and south towards this way. How many elves do we have in the group?
One.
Why? Do elves not like sewers?
I mean, I can see in dim light. I don't know what else is relevant here.
We found a hidden magic door.
Was it magic or just hidden?
It was just hidden, it wasn't magic.
I don't follow, sorry.
I believe elves can find hidden doors, like magical doors.
I read that in the 3.5 rules, but I saw nothing about it in the Pathfinder character creation. Dwarves can find hidden stone doors. Hidden stone, was it just objects or stonework in general?
Unusual stonework, such as traps and hidden doors.
Or writing. But yeah, I saw the elf thing in the 3.5 that I think you're talking about.
No, they did
Yeah.
for this one.
Yeah, because I was positive elves just get an automatic perception check anytime there's a hidden door. But I guess that's not Pathfinder, that's 3.5.
Yeah, sorry.
Jay, how far back into the original hallway are you? Did you stay way back, or?
I would say I move like further down the hallway towards where all the commotion's going, but I'm not like in the greater hallway or anything yet. Just still like the entrance hallway, just see what's because it seems like they've discovered something. So
Okay, give a perception check. And Zet, where are you?
Last I checked, I was still just kind of out in the hall.
Alright, you can also give one.
Perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. Didn't notice shit.
Then Jay, give a will save.
Oh no. Oh no.
hang on. Oh, never mind.
Okay. There you go. You can have that.
Hmm. I'm gonna attempt a touch attack.
Okay.
Does that beat its touch AC?
Uh, touch AC. Yes. It does not.
Oh.
And after does that, returns back to the direction it came from.
Say that one more time.
After that exchange, it returns back to where it came from.
Alright, so everybody just got grabbed by like a weird ghost or something. I don't know what the hell. It's saying we should all leave.
That's exactly what a weird illusionary ghost would say.
Don't think we've seen anything threatening so far.
I haven't
Well,
already.
clearly the presence of this ghost means we're on the right track and we need to move forward.
You cut out there.
I move forward.
Yep. If we're seeing the ghost, we're on the right track.
Actually, I have no idea if it really was a ghost, but I mean, it's not here anymore, so.
It touched you, so it couldn't have been a ghost, right? They're incorporeal.
Not entirely sure.
I don't know if.
I mean, if that were the case, then ghosts would not be a threat to anyone at all.
By the way, Jay, I don't know if you actually looked up that spell or not, but
Oh, wait a second. Hang on. You did mention.
yeah, that's why I gave you the. Like, yeah, I can just send you the thing real quick.
I'm reading it.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I'm going to walk over to the nearest person and attempt to grab them. I don't know who's nearest to me.
I believe you would run into Siind first.
Oh, shit. Here we go with grapple rules.
I'd prefer you don't, just saying.
Well, I have like 11 strength. How much do you have?
A number that's on my sheet that is 13.
Grapple is CMB.
Yeah, it is, but it's still both CMB and CMD get affected. So it is still a attempt.
Well, I guess this is happening.
What am I rolling, CMD or CMB?
Just what is your CMD?
13.
Okay, you get grabbed.
And then, yeah, I guess I'm just going to attempt to slowly move towards the nearest exit.
I am going to try to get out of your grab and yell, "The fuck are you doing?"
So that, and then on your case is also a combat maneuver, and you have to beat his, but everybody does hear the shouting.
How do you fucking roll?
CMB.
CMB. Yeah, that didn't work.
Well, I'm gonna where are you guys?
They're in the original hallway.
Alright, I'm going to try to stop Dahistorius from dragging Siind out of the sewer.
What are you trying to do, Dahistorius?
I just keep repeating, we need to leave.
I don't think we've finished investigating what we came for. Can you let him go, please?
He
Nope, gotta
sounds like
leave.
he's under a spell.
I think there's something wrong with him.
There's clearly something wrong with him.
Spellcraft, knowledge, arcana, question mark.
If you use detect magic.
I did, and it succeeded.
Barely. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give the knowledge arcana. You can tell that he's under a spell, but you don't know what.
So, best thing will be to restrain him. Does anybody have rope? Is anybody a big burly individual that's not myself?
I'm probably as big and burly as it gets.
I'm kind of strong.
Not with that roll, though.
That seems to be the fucking effect of this.
I mean, to be fair, that would be an opposing strength check by Jay. So it can still work. Nope. Oh, well, that one might help, actually. That was the wrong
Just-
person.
It might still no.
I thought it was Jay rolling next, not Sash. So I was like, oh no, that. Oh well, if it's somebody else trying to do it.
I is kind strong. I is not smart, but I is strong.
I'm gonna use this, and that does not help me.
I mean, it gave you a 12.
I know, but it's
You shuck off Linda, but then Rahima gets you.
Don't make me throw these hands.
So then, yeah, you kind of like pull him back, but to restrain, then you would have to do the whole CMD thing again.
Okay. What do I have to roll? CMB?
CMB, and it has to beat his CMD.
so I have a rope around me currently.
I believe you're just being grabbed at the moment, and then they can put a rope around you. But I believe you get one shot to get out of it in this case, though you would have let go of Siind.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
Well, it's against his CMD, right? Unless he's rolling something else.
He gets one shot to break out of it before you guys can tie him up. So he gets to, again, try to combat maneuver out of it, but if he fails, it's against Linda, or it's against whichever one of you beat his CMD. So which one of you
I
actually grabbed him?
I did.
He's trying
What's
to
his
out-grapple a
CMD?
monk.
What's your CMD?
CMD is 12, but I'm gonna attempt a melee touch attack for him.
That does not beat my AC.
It's
Or
touch.
it's equal to my touch AC.
Then it hits.
Okay, so you're removed from time for 1 round.
Ah!
Alright, well,
And I'm gonna continue dragging.
I'm still holding on to you.
Or excuse me, we're still gonna be in a grapple, but Rahima is now gone for 1 round.
I'm scared it's dark in here.
It allows a fort save.
Yeah, there is a fortitude save.
Oh wait, shit. Do that. It is, you have to beat 10, 1. You gotta beat a 15.
Boom.
Okay, so you're actually removed from time.
For a round. Right, so Rahima has vanished, and Linda is still grabbing you.
So louder, I start shouting, "We need to leave."
That arrow goes wide.
Huh.
He is in melee combat with Linda, so I don't even need to know what his AC is. That's below a 10 with the -4. So just kind of.
So we like all out fighting, or what's going
I
on?
was just trying to knock him off the ladder.
He's
not
Everybody
on the
grab him.
no, he hasn't made
And
it
the
to a
top.
letter. He like started to get there, but then he got pulled away, and then Linda and Raheem grabbed him, and
okay.
Raheem has now vanished.
Everybody grab him and sit on him.
I mean, I can try, but I don't know how.
I'm holding on to him just fine.
I mean, do we have rope? Wait, I'm not here. Ignore me.
By the way, for context, Jay, that will last 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, I read the thing. It's
Well, yeah, it's
figured
for
it's
level.
lasting a second.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know what the actual duration of it is.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna go make a sandwich.
Well, it's only 1 round.
Oh yeah, no, it's not what Jay did, it's what is affecting Jay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, she should be back, like,
Yeah,
now.
she'll be back in like as soon as everybody else kind of starts to react to this.
Because isn't a round only like 6 seconds or something like that?
Yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah, so Rahima vanishes. El, do you want to take back firing that arrow since he's not actually on the
Yeah.
water? Okay.
Can I try and pry him off of,
He has
or pry his grip?
he's
not holding on to anyone. I am
Oh,
holding on to
okay.
him.
Yeah, just Linda is holding him and he is shouting, "We need to leave."
Is there any rope in this office thing?
Maybe a little bit that was tying like a bag. Enough to like tie hands together, but not to tie up a full body.
What if we hog tie him? Is there enough rope for that?
Yeah.
No, I grab the rope and throw it to them.
I don't remember if it's another CMB to tie somebody you have grappled.
Probably.
I think it is.
Boom!
Yeah.
Hogtied. I stand up, put my foot on his back, and do a flex.
Hang on.
By this point now, I guess after whatever Jay is trying to look up, Rahima will phase back in.
Fuck just happened? I don't like it over there. It was not fun.
Well, presumably, if she was removed from time, she has no idea what happened. She just knows everyone else skipped ahead 6 seconds.
Yeah. Essentially, you cease to exist, so you were there, you were holding on to Jay's character, and then the next second, you're standing there where you were, and Linda has now hog-tied him and is flexing.
I don't like it. What happened? I don't like it.
Could I, in theory, use that to counter his 20 roll?
Yeah, I would say that is a critical hit against you.
Okay, reroll that, please.
Suck it, bitch!
Alright.
Okay, I am extra restrained, I guess.
Well, this is fun.
So, as...
Am I gagged, or am I just tied?
You're not gagged, you're just tied. Your hands and your feet are tied together behind your back.
Well, it's very pitifully we need to leave at this point.
So, just for context of what happens there, basically, like, as Linda was flexing, like, yeah, I did it, notices that one of the ropes slightly comes undone, and is like, oh shit, there we, yeah.
In my haste to escape, I guess I got more restrained. And I guess I'm just kind of writhing on the floor at this point.
Fair enough.
Thoughts on... No. I was going to say thoughts on what we need to do to get him out, but I rolled. Alright, so I'm going to throw him on
Does
his
anyone
back.
know how to break curses or spells?
Right. Oh.
I know nothing magic.
Sounds like somebody just needs to pick him up, and we'll walk through this.
I have sadly begun inchworming my way towards the nearest ladder.
I will stop him.
Who wants to carry him?
How much does he weigh?
It is 180 with an additional 36 in gear.
So that's 216. I mean, I can do it, but it would put me at a medium load.
I have below average strength.
I have a 19.
Jesus.
Yeah, that makes that 9 that much more infuriating. Well, I guess I'll just pick him up.
Well, we can set him down if anything happens. We'll just carry him until he's free of this.
Oh shit, that actually puts me at heavy load with all my gear. That's fine though, I can still carry him.
Or haven't we left yet?
I will take a piece of cloth, tie it around his mouth. Alright, pressing onward. I believe we're heading down this way.
Well, you guys do have a map. They would have shown you the map, so you do see that kind of just loops around like that. There's another little spot where it shoots off into the distant, or the water continues going, but you would have to get into the sewer water to go down that way.
Alright, I wasn't actually paying attention to the map, so I guess it's back this way.
You're also aware that the sewers you are in covers the whole city. Just making sure you're also aware of that.
Does anybody else have any other suggestions?
We can take the case and Dahistorius back up to the surface, and then come back down and try to deal with the rats.
I mean, is he gonna escape from what you tied him up?
No, but I don't want to have to lug him around all day.
Well, I mean,
He could
Fuzzybear and I
prove
can sit here and watch him.
We can put him in that room that was hidden and just have somebody stand there and wait.
Wait for what?
Well,
don't know how long this
presumably
lasts.
until you can check, just the next hall or two wherever he was, and make sure this isn't going to happen again when we try to take him out. Because he was between
Wasn't he
us and where we
behind us?
came in, right?
Yeah.
He was behind us.
So
Yeah, he was
before
near
we
the
all
hall.
go that way, can we make sure this isn't going to happen to anyone else?
I suppose we could. I'm not sure how we would do that, but...
Does anyone feel brave enough to try?
Try what, though?
To see what was going on where he was before he freaked out?
In the room that we're in now.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the other hallway?
He was in the
I was-
opening the entrance hallway. Yeah.
Right, and you just
I was
clicked the
about
side
here.
corridor. Okay, I have no idea. Then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were the blonde-haired person.
So if it happened in the hallway that we're already in, if it was going to happen again, one might assume that it would have already happened. Shall we press on, or do we want to just camp here?
We can go on.
I guess we'll go on then.
Am I staying here to watch Crazy Face?
No, I'm dragging him with us.
We've checked ahead of us. We've checked behind us. Gunnut said that he didn't see anything suspicious coming from, I guess it would be the west. So, should we check the other corridor between here in the hidden room?
Sure, might as well.
Alright, so down through here, yeah? Where me and the bear are?
Yeah, sure, why not? What are the rules for?
As you guys spend some time searching, you're not really finding anything too great, and eventually the 30 minutes does pass and the spell fades away. Jay.
Such a shame he's gagged and hogtied and has no way of letting us know that he's better.
Yeah, I just started muffling, like more than usual, I guess.
I guess since you've been holding him the whole time, it will sound different, or there'll be different muffled speech than what was being said originally.
I guess I'll put him down and remove the gag to see what he has to say.
Okay, now I explain. I don't know what happened, but I got what I assume grabbed or something like about 30 minutes ago, an hour ago. I don't know how long it's been. Something just told me to make y'all leave. I don't know what.
But you're better now.
I think.
Well, I mean, I guess. Does anyone else have any objections you want?
Nope.
Reclaim the rope and start checking for like secret doors and hidden things.
Alright, I guess I'll untie him then and
It happened
move
about
on.
here-ish. In this hallway before we got into this room. It felt tangible. Maybe it wasn't. I'm not entirely sure.
What did it look like?
No idea.
Okay.
Anyone that's trying to look for anything in particular, go ahead and give a perception check.
Oh, that's just a slap in the face.
Very few of us are actually have any sort of wisdom.
To be fair, we're also level 1.
Yeah, that is a thing. Alright, then Linda and Briddell do notice markings. Not the same that was noticed before, but kind of like etched into the wall. As you pass by a couple of the entrances, kind of looking for things, you see a lot of the walls have like this, right near one of the doorways has a mark etched into it.
Don't know what that is.
With that, they actually don't even look arcane.
Are they like a direction?
Anyone who's wants to try reading them, go ahead and do sense motive. Linda and Aisha can figure out between them that they seem to be indicating safe passages and passages that are redundant.
So can we use these markings to navigate through the sewer?
Yeah, for the most part. The map kind of makes the markings kind of useless, but eventually you do come across markings that are like, that you can figure out, say, like, don't come this way and stuff like that.
So do we go that way or do we not go that way?
Well, I'd say if they've gone through this whole process of kind of rigging the place, there must be something of worth down here that's worth investigating. And if you guys are on your job, and I don't even know if I've still completed my job, then I would say we should keep going. But that's just...
Yeah, we might as well. I'm just trying to figure out which way to go.
We must find the source of the rat.
Actually, so that is one thing it was mentioned earlier, but it kind of got sidetracked. Siind did hear the fact that they mentioned a case, but you never saw the case. If Zed is still alive.
I'm sorry, what?
You did hear them mention a case, but you never saw a case.
I'll inquire about the case.
It's in my pocket.
Show me the case.
I'll just like reach into my pocket and pull out the whatever case I'm holding, however big it is, and say, "Here you go."
From what you can recall, it looks exactly like the case that you're supposed to be getting.
Oh,
Isn't this
cool.
the case we've been looking for this whole time?
Did that guy say what it looked like? I was not paying attention. I was more focused on the cash, honestly.
If this is the case that we were looking for, then why are we still down here?
You got a point.
I knew better than to trust a thief.
This thief can put this whole thing in her pocket, so watch it.
Didn't she just hand it over to you with no fuss?
Yes.
No, did I?
Yes,
was like,
I did.
You
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
did.
I mean, you asked and she handed it over right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think I more went, "Here you go," as in like I'm holding it, like, "Here you go, here's the case that you're asking about." That was what I meant to do, but
I
Oh,
reject
so like,
reality and
you mean
substitute
this?
my own.
You mean this case and taunt him with it, sort of thing?
yeah.
Also, something else that I didn't touch on. So I'm not exactly sure what you would remember during the spell's duration, Jay, but you are aware of some of your once per days are now gone.
Okay, I was actually about to ask that. I wasn't sure if I would remember doing all of that.
You might not remember doing them, but you are, like, I guess kind of like the natural ability is just gone.
Okay, so I feel less lucky as a person,
Yeah.
and my pride is shattered. I'm just moping for now. Very upset.
When?
So guys, as you guys are exploring, the first mark that you found that says "Don't go this way" is like right about here.
Oh, that one's close. Let's go and investigate and see if that's an actual danger or just a warding off.
Okay, so how are you attempting to figure that out?
Perception check.
Go ahead. From what you can see, there's nothing really wrong with that.
Could I do a knowledge engineering to see if I can tell anything's different?
I mean, you can try, but even with that, even Briddell can't see anything off about what the area is. You can go ahead and try.
Is there anything in the markings we found that would indicate where to go? Not just like, oh, these passages are safe, but like where we're supposed to be going?
No.
Oh, if this is not safe, I guess look out for trap.
Since Gundude's spell failed, I'll cast Detect Magic again.
Sarah, go ahead and give either intelligence or knowledge local. I don't remember if you have knowledge local.
Yeah, I have knowledge local.
From what you can remember, and now looking more closely at the symbols, thieves and smugglers would use the symbols to kind of be able to disappear into sewers and the like and move about without being found.
Interesting.
Oh, so it's like a thieves' cant.
Hmm. At this, where we're at, so are we at one of the areas where I guess the symbols would indicate if it's a safe passage?
Yeah,
Or
you're basically standing in front of one that says "Don't go this way."
This is a no-go zone.
okay,
Where's the safe one at?
yeah, I was about to ask that.
There's
Do
a
we-
safe one here and here.
Why don't we try to go here? Why mess with the no-go?
Yeah,
Find out why it's a no-go.
Whether it's mislabeled to mislead us.
If it's like a thieves' cant saying that, oh, this is not a good route to go, it could be a dead end. If they're trying to escape, like.
Well, I mean, we
the
have a
Popo.
map. We can see that it loops back on itself twice.
Hmm.
On the other hand, we only have like the exits we used marked on this. Do we know if that makes it? Do we know if the thieves' cant is referring to the exits nearby? Sorry, the exits from the sewers versus the passages.
So far you haven't seen any markings near any exits. And you've only passed one other exit currently, and that's right here.
Well, we're figuring this out. I'm gonna go up here and see if I can find another secret door.
I want to poke my head through this archway.
The safe one or the non-safe one?
The safe one.
Alright, you just see the next room. And go ahead and give a perception to try and find a secret doorway up there. You don't find any secret door.
Well, I will return to the group. And I guess proceed down the safe way.
I just stepped in. If you guys want to go down the non-safe way, it loops around, so you're not going to go far.
I don't know that splitting up the group is a great idea.
Well, so I could be wrong, but if my understanding of this is correct, they indicate safe versus non-safe ways of disappearing into the city or the sewer. So a non-safe way, in theory, and in conjunction with the map, is a relative dead end.
Yeah.
So a
Basically.
safe way would be a way that has multiple routes where you can just disappear.
Yup.
So I will say, while that theory could be valid, you did see this doorway is marked as safe. And the bear's kind of covering it, but that just kind of goes down.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and kind of do this for you. This one was marked as not safe. Well, as these, this. Just gonna mark all the safe ways you would have seen on your way over here. So far your first non-safe way has been that door in particular, or that archway in particular.
Okay, well, there goes my theory. Alright, since nobody else is suggesting anything, I guess instead I'll go down the non-safe. Have a nice little stroll.
I will head through this southern safe door. Dealy thing.
I'll go with you through the safe one since it meets up with the unsafe one, and I'm curious about that.
Well, yes, we're splitting up the party. Theoretically speaking, we should be able to meet up very quickly.
Yeah. So we're going down this hallway. Can you move down which of the two you're going down in the unsafe?
Akaash, give a reflex save. Alright. As you fully pass through the archway, you hear a, I guess, familiar to you click, and you manage to just drop down as arrows fly from both sides of the wall.
Back what I miss.
I just did a very rogue thing.
Who are we under attack by?
A wall.
Okay.
2 of them, to be precise.
I've never fought a wall before. This'll be fun.
It's a pretty quick fight. It's already over.
Fine, be that way. So was that a non-safe passage that tried to kill you?
It was a trap.
Oh, okay. Let's follow the safe passages then and explore the sewers.
With them coming up the other side, I'm just going to kind of stay here on the safe-ish side. And wait for them to come around.
I mean, I guess if you never get off of the pressure plate, the trap can never reset.
Depends on the level of trap.
Yeah. But again, I'll give that one to, from your scoring, you would be aware that if this trap can reset itself, if you don't get off the plate, it won't reset.
So on their loop around, do they find any safe, unsafe doors?
They do. I'll mark for you
Yeah,
guys.
I'm gonna make my way down the hallway and just peek into this room. What's going on?
Again, this is kind of actually, this one's a bit different than what you have. This one's more set up as like a what's the word I'm trying to think of? The controlling station kind of handles some of the city maintenance stuff. And there is unfortunately I started using what color haven't I used? This color. At least on this one. Right here is a ladder up.
Hmm.
And then you do have another okay passage there.
And in this room,
Do we know where these ladders lead? Do we have an overlaid a map of the city we can overlay?
Nobody bothered getting a map of the city.
Gotcha.
and in this room, you said was just stuff for like city maintenance.
Yeah. Basically stuff that would let them close off sections or open different sections and stuff like that.
Like levers.
Valves mostly.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'm gonna walk across and try the other door, just real careful, like,
Well, again, that one's marked fine. And
just see what's going on in that room.
kind of the same thing. Well, not the same thing. Kind of just an open room, but both doors in there are marked as non-safe.
Hmm.
Also, I will say, as you've been passing through, there are a lot of markings on the walls, but without the actual feet, all you can figure out are if they mean that you can go that way or can't go that way, or shouldn't rather. Like, there are other markings that you might see repeated a couple of times, but it's lost to you.
Well, it seems like this whole section's safe. I'm assuming, according to our handy dandy map here, that those two hallways are just bad. I don't know why they're bad, but they're bad. And if anyone's feeling froggy, y'all can turn some valves, I guess. I'm not gonna, cause my pride.
Can we tell if anyone's been down the two bad passageways?
From in there, not really.
So we'd have to step inside.
Well, it's just kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
I like just out of like actual what your character would know, it's like a DC, I think 20 to follow somebody on stone. So while it is possible, it's extremely difficult.
Alright, well, I'll try and see what I can see. And then meet up with the group that's still in the back and share what we found.
Are you leaving through the way you just
The
came?
safe one.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm looking in the doors of the ones that are marked but I'm not going inside.
You don't see much. They're both, from what you can tell, like one immediately turns right, so you can't see anything. The other one goes down a little bit and then turns right, so
Okay.
you can't see much. But when you get back to that door, you do see Akaash, like, one step in and then just kind of standing there.
Well, I found out why they're unsafe. If the group isn't going around that way because the other sides are safe, I move back and let the trap reset.
Alright. And sure enough, as you step off it, you see like the pressure plate raise back up and you hear a click of it resetting.
I don't suppose we have a rogue that wants some bonus experience.
Have we even like talked to each other about who we are and what we can do?
No.
Should we introduce ourselves?
If you want to start that conversation, feel free.
In the sewer.
I mean, hi, my name is Rahima. I throw hands. That's all I'm good at. Nice to meet you.
What do we do?
Hi.
Apparently you're having your
AA
introduction
meeting?
in the sewer.
Might as well, yeah.
There's no better place.
What are you guys talking about?
But you guys have been down in the sewer for like a few hours by this point.
Kind of looks like you're talking to yourself in that room. Should we come join you?
I'm contemplating pulling one of these valves or turning one of them. Don't know yet.
Actually, I'll say the first group, the bigger group that was originally down here, you've been in here for about 6 hours. The other two groups, 5 and 4. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Well, now that we know the passages are safe or unsafe, we can kind of start clearing them quicker. We know that there's valves down there. We've probably gone through maybe a third of the entire area.
Well, let's go ahead and clear out the other 2/3 then. Do the markings that we found for safe passages indicate the hidden rooms?
No. They're only in front of actual doorways. Walkways. Archways? There we go, that one. Like I said, there are some markings that you have seen that are repeated, but you have no idea what it is.
If only somebody had the linguistic skill.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I have that.
Me too. I think.
I could be wrong, but I think you actually could, like, use it to figure out a language.
I thought like Thieves' Cant was specific to
yeah.
like rogues only. You couldn't like
So-
Druid has their Druid language and you can't learn.
Actually, Thieves' Cant anybody can take if they are taught it. However, it is not a language.
Darn.
It is different meanings behind things. So the way Thieves' Cant works is it's basically you say like a phrase which anybody can hear, but somebody with Thieves' Cant can kind of pick up what you're saying, and then when it's used for symbols, as far as anybody that doesn't have it can figure out, it's just like tagging. It takes a lot of effort to actually be able to figure out what they say, which is why you guys can only get like basically stop and go.
Okay, well, Squares, are you going to pull up? Otherwise, I think we're going to move on.
I'm gonna turn a random valve. What's it do?
You watch as you turn it, the little needle on it kind of like goes more towards the red.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly turn it back the other way.
It starts to go back towards the green.
I'm gonna quietly introduce Fuzzybear to Rahima and myself.
I give it a scratch behind the ears.
Yeah, well, after doing that, I'm just gonna come back and be like, oh hey, everyone's in. What's up? Don't think I'm friends with anybody. Kinda
You're
went a little
introducing
crazy.
yourself. Oh, you know that. Okay.
Alright, I'm going to head this way.
Well, now I know two of you, sort of.
Yeah. I was trying to do this as more of an exercise to be like, what kind of jobs are we working with? But everyone wants to be rude.
I don't know how to describe mine.
Just a boring old druid.
I shoot people.
Did Roxis make your
We
character?
noticed.
Yeah, all I got going for me is gambler.
Yeah, Zet and Sarah have less combat oriented.
That's
Yep,
fair.
so I'm screwed.
I fight things.
I hit people with my hands. That's not quite a monk.
Someone's just spinning.
Yeah, that's me.
You spin my head right round, right round.
Right, so for sake of ease, you guys are basically just querying which halls are good and which halls are bad.
Sure. Until we find something more interesting than the marking. Are there still any ghost rats in this area? Or have we not seen any of those?
Are there any real rats in the area?
The hull.
There are real rats. As far as ghost rats, no. The real rats are kind of looking up at you, kind of like chittering and then running off.
Is this hallway safe?
Yeah. So I was gonna say is basically you guys will know which hallways are safe, which aren't. If you're just going to clear out the whole sewer looking for that, it'll take up probably about 5 hours to go through the whole thing.
Okay. Is there anything else to find?
Not without
Or are you thinking
Like-
5 hours of our playtime?
not without actually like sitting down and trying to investigate one particular area. You don't really see anything else different.
So I think essentially what we're going to try and get is we're going to proceed forward through the safe doors, spend a few minutes trying to check to see if there's anything going down in that room. If we can't find anything, proceeding on to the next room.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
All right.
I'll say that way just for sake of moving through this first part quickly. Everyone who's going to be looking for anything in particular can give 3 perception and rolls, and the time will increase to about 7 hours.
Yeah, I want to clarify from earlier. Does Sarah still have the case, or am I holding it now?
Sarah still has the case.
Fuck you.
In my unusually large pocket. Oh, whoops. Wow!
Damn.
All right. Well, now it's 12 hours.
Stupidly.
You're really concerned with what's in your pockets.
I know. They're very big pockets,
Hands where I can see them.
but
No pocket pull while I'm around.
but there's nothing else in my pockets. I think aside from the cup and the case.
Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is trying to find a way. So because you guys all have the actual like map from Discord that you can just use, I'm gonna just do a quick little like that that kind of thing. And basically, with everybody trying to work together, you guys can find a secret room here. And you find one here. There's nothing too different about it. It's kind of like the same thing, kind of a quick stash kind of place.
All right. I guess we just head back up, turn in the case, and wait for more rat attacks.
Okay, so we've cleared the entirety of the sewer. Haven't found anything
You cut
interesting.
out.
You've found which paths are safe and which aren't, which I'll eventually mark for you guys so you have. It's just, I'll sit here and mark every single one right now because it's not too relevant because you can move, your characters will know, but yeah. You found, basically splitting it up into a couple of sections, you've found 2 different secret rooms, but you haven't found anything in the 4th section.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's
Rooms
true.
themselves. Or is it just the one control room?
You do find a couple other control rooms in different areas. I'll mark them with the same letter. So we have, there's this one, this one, this one, we have this one, oops, that one a little bit bigger, and this one, and this one. Is that it? No. And here. Those are all the control rooms that you can find.
Alright, so it does seem a little suspicious that we haven't found any secret rooms in the fourth quadrant.
And in the searching, other than the fourth quadrant, there's nothing else out of the ordinary. There's the hidden
Like
rooms,
the magic rats.
magic rats, real rats.
There are real rats. You don't see any dire rats. I don't know who else would have it. I know Briddell would have it, but if anyone else wants to give knowledge of nature.
Mine's untrained.
You can't do knowledge checks untrained unless you have a feat that allows it.
That's right.
Which Zet does, if he wants to also roll it.
Yeah, sure, why not? What was it?
Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature.
You cannot make an untrained knowledge check with a DC higher than 10 if you have a library that limit is removed.
Yeah, so it's basically if it's not common knowledge, you wouldn't be able to unless you have a feat that allows you to. Does anyone else have nature?
No.
Nope.
I do not.
Alright, so the two of you working together, while you did see dire rats the first day or the first night that you were down here, Briddell, you can't find any traces of any now, but
That's suspicious.
the two of you can basically figure out that there is traces of kind of just like a rat clump moving together.
That sounds even weirder.
It's a rat horde.
Close.
Oh, I've heard of that thing before. I don't remember what it's called, though.
Funny thing is, Zet probably knows the name, but for a different reason.
My mom walked in. What were we talking about?
You guys can piece together that there is traces of a clump of rats kind of moving together.
A rat king.
Aren't those just called packs?
No, rat kings are actual beasts.
Wouldn't it just be a swarm of rats?
No, rat
No.
kings
Rat
are
kings
specifically-
are specifically groups of rats that are clumped together, as opposed to individual rats that are moving together.
So basically, it's
That's terrifying.
yeah, they kind of
But
are.
that's all metagame. That's outside of what my character knows.
Yeah.
But it is a real life phenomenon.
So, we can have you guys leaving the sewer and call that for today, unless there's anything else specific that anybody wants to do in the sewer.
No, I think I'm about ready to go take a bath and retire to my inn room.
Yeah, because the first group has been there, what was it, 6 plus 7, so 12 or 13 hours. You spent a whole
Yes.
day in the sewers. Alright, so we'll call it there and have you guys turning in cases and doing whatever you wish to do next time.